Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between lush green valleys and rolling hills, lived a young man named Yama. He was known throughout the village for his adventurous spirit and his deep curiosity about the world beyond his home. Yama had always heard stories of a majestic mountain that towered over the land, its peak shrouded in mysterious clouds and legends of ancient secrets. Determined to uncover the truth, Yama decided to embark on a journey to this enigmatic mountain. Yama began his journey early one crisp morning, with the sun just beginning to warm the landscape. He packed a small bag with essentials, some dried fruit, a flask of water, a map of the area, and a sturdy walking stick. As he left the village, his friends and family gathered to wish him well, their faces filled with both pride and concern. The path to the mountain was not straightforward. Yama first traveled through dense forests where the trees formed a thick canopy above, filtering the sunlight into a dappled pattern on the ground. The forest was alive with the sounds of chirping birds and rustling leaves. Yama marveled at the beauty of nature, but he knew he had a long way to go. After several days of trekking through the forest, Yama emerged into a vast meadow, where wildflowers bloomed in vibrant colors. The air was filled with the sweet fragrance of blossoms, and Yama took a moment to rest. As he sat on a grassy hill, he looked up at the mountain, which now seemed even more distant and imposing. He knew that the real challenge lay ahead. The next part of Yama's journey took him through a series of rugged hills and rocky paths. The terrain became increasingly difficult, with steep inclines and loose stones. Despite the physical challenge, Yama pressed on, driven by his determination and the thought of the mysteries waiting at the mountain's peak. He encountered various creatures along the way, including a wise old owl who shared some advice on navigating the treacherous paths. One evening, as Yama was setting up camp, he heard a soft, melodious voice singing from the darkness. Following the sound, he discovered a small, hidden grotto where a hermit lived. The hermit was a gentle old man with a long white beard and a twinkle in his eye. He welcomed Yama warmly and offered him food and shelter for the night. Over a shared meal, the hermit spoke of the mountain's legends and warned Yama of the trials he would face. Inspired by the hermit's tales, Yama continued his journey with renewed vigor. The final stretch to the mountain's base was the most arduous. The path was narrow, with sheer drops on one side and jagged rocks on the other. Yama's progress was slow, but he persevered, using all his strength and agility to navigate the treacherous terrain. After many long days of climbing, Yama finally reached the summit. The view from the top was breathtaking. Below him, the landscape stretched out in a patchwork of colors, with the village far in the distance. The clouds that had shrouded the peak now parted, revealing a serene, ancient shrine. Yama approached the shrine with reverence and found it adorned with intricate carvings and symbols. As he explored the shrine, Yama discovered a hidden chamber containing ancient scrolls and artifacts. The scrolls spoke of the mountain's history and the wisdom of the ages. Yama realized that the true treasure was not gold or jewels, but the knowledge and experiences he had gained along the way. With a heart full of satisfaction and a mind enriched by the wisdom he had uncovered, Yama began his journey back to the village. His return was met with joy and celebration. The villagers listened in awe as Yama recounted his adventures and the lessons he had learned.